big day. Today's the day that we announced the couple of winners for the really nice water purifiers. But first, more crazy important stuff you guys should know about. Did you hear that the EPA sets bold new limits on forever chemicals in drinking water? I suppose you're wondering why they allow them in there anyway. More important information you should know coming right up. My name is Cohen here at Riverside Homestead, and if you're brand new here, welcome. If you guys are into prepping tips, emergency preparedness, and most of all, news and awareness, stuff that you want to know about, be sure to hit that notification bell so you guys can stay up to date. Let's jump into this one. Like I said, today's the special day. We're gonna give out one of these bad boys, reverse osmosis. It's got UV lighting in it, make your water pure. We're also gonna give away one of the ones that go underneath your cabinet, which is the one that I currently use the most right now. Super awesome, but let's get you some more information real quick first. And if you guys like this information regarding your drinking water, which is insanely important, be sure to watch this video. I'll post it at the end. This is where we did the announcement. We'll be doing more announcements of giveaways. So stay tuned, make sure your notification bell's on, and please share these out to make more people aware. There is a lot of concerns when it comes to drinking water. And honestly, aside from the spills going into the rivers where we get water to purify, to put into our drinking water, put into bottled water, it may be a shocker from the EWG.org news statement right here. Blows my mind. EPA sets bold new limits on forever chemicals in drinking water. Now, like I said, why in the heck would they even allow forever chemicals in your drinking water? Today, the Environmental Protection Agency finalizes unprecedented new limits on toxic forever chemicals known as PFAS as a way to tackle drinking water contamination. The proposal targets PFAS, PFOA, PFOS, GENX, PFBS, PFNA, and PFHXS. These are among the most protective health limits on PFAS in drinking water in the world. You guys know there's filtration. It takes this stuff out. So the big question is, why would they allow it in it anyway? Well, listen to how they word it. The limits, known as maximum contaminants levels, or MCLs, are the highest level of a contaminant allowed in drinking water. Again, why is it even allowed? In addition to weighing health, these limits are taking into consideration water treatment costs and feasibility. I've been telling you guys this for a while. Profit over people. When you guys figure that out, you're gonna be paying a lot more attention. It goes into some justification. Next paragraph down in bold, more than 200 million Americans could have PFAS in their tap water, and for decades, Americans have been exposed to toxic forever chemicals with no oversight from their government. That's because for generations, PFAS chemical slid off every federal environmental law like a fried egg on a Teflon pan. Probably good for them, bad for us. So they're giving some credit to Biden because he says that they're making some bold changes. Today's announcement of robust health protective legal limits on PFAS in tap water will finally give tens of millions of Americans the protection they should have had decades ago. This article is long. I'll reference it down in the description if you guys want to read through it. But in fact, one of the winners of this bad boy right here, their family member is a victim of what they're talking about. They're talking about deaths, illnesses, and thousands of people. So again, you'd think that they'd put profit aside for the people's health and get rid of all of the PFAS, the toxins in the water altogether. Just go to zero. But no, they're just gonna do some bold new limits. Pay attention, we all drink water daily. Now, for those of you that are aware of fluoride in drinking water, there's a little bit of debate, but you can easily deep dive this yourself. Right here, the CDC plans to extend fluoride to 77% of Americans' drinking water. Now, myself, heck no. I don't want any of their chemical fluoride in my drinking water. Now, the CDC considers fluoride in your drinking water to be beneficial to your health, and that they have a 2030 goal of increasing the amount of fluoride that the government puts in your drinking water to cover 77% of the US population. Now, like I said, fluoride, heavily debated, and I seriously consider you guys do some research on that, because I can tell you what, there's none in my drinking water. Not everyone's for it. There's a county in North Carolina that is actually going against the CDC's plan. They have just voted an eradicate government added a fluoride fluoride from their county. This is in the Charlotte suburbs. County leaders voting tonight to remove fluoride from the tap water. There's no benefits to ingesting it, is what they're saying. Check this out.
The CDC considers fluoride in your drinking water so beneficial to your health that they have a 2030 goal of increasing the amount of fluoride that the government puts in your drinking water to cover 77% of the US population. We just love trusting the government with our health, don't we? Now, there's a county in North Carolina that is actually going against the CDC's plan. They have just voted to eradicate government-added fluoride from their county. This is in the Charlotte suburbs.
County leaders voting tonight to remove fluoride from the tap water.
There are no benefits to ingesting it. And if you want to use fluoride, by all means, go out and buy a tube of fluoride toothpaste.
As I said, heavily debated, and it doesn't take too much research for you guys to figure out what's really going on. And that's aside of the fact that water's being weaponized. Lots of farmers speaking out, including this one that's in Oregon, down near the California border.
It was the first year in 120 years that our main A canal ditch had never had water, didn't have water in it at all.
On this article, it easily states weaponizing water rights is squeezing farmers off their land from facts matter. In recent years, local governments have begun to use water rights in the name of saving the environment as well as endangering species. However, the local farmers and ranchers who depend on the water are getting squeezed out, with their operations heavily impacted and value of their property significantly decreased. And this guy is speaking from the West Coast. Again, another topic that you guys can easily deep dive. Tons of information out there regarding that. Weaponizing and contamination is happening everywhere. This just from hours ago. Thames water tests for vomiting bug contamination as families fall sick. Exclusive news after a Cytosporidium outbreak in Devon, residents in the southeast report stomach cramps and diarrhea. People collect bottled water as Bradshaw Car Park in Devon on the 17th of May of 2024 following the outbreak. Folks, it's not just a couple cases. Thames Water has sent samples of water for lab testing after dozens of people reported becoming unwell with stomach cramps, vomiting, diarrhea in the southeast London area. Earlier this month, unsafe drinking water led to more than 100 cases of waterborne disease in Devon. 17,000 households were told to stop using their tap water or boil their water. This from the USA Today. Hundreds of drinking water systems exceed the new PFAS standards. It could grow to thousands. Folks, this report's just from a few days ago. After more than a year of collecting test results for toxin, forever chemicals, the Environmental Protection Agency says almost 300 of Americans' public drinking water system, including some that serve hundreds of thousands of people, exceed the newly established annual limits. Remember we talked about how they upped the amount of toxins you could have in your drinking water? Well, even at those amounts, hundreds of thousands of people don't even get those amounts. You guys want to read a little bit about the truth about what you're drinking? Just go to this page right here, Lawsuit Information Center, and you can read about the PFAS water contamination lawsuits individually. Millions of families in the US may have had drinking water contaminated with PFAS substances commonly known as forever chemicals. May 22nd, April 24th, April 19th, April 15th, April 14th, April 13th. I mean, the list goes on. You guys can read all about it, get educated, because it's out there. Will anything happen this day and age? I highly doubt it. So you guys have to stay more on top of it for yourselves. It might be that they just either don't care about us, they're trying to take us out, or it's just too expensive for them to keep it healthy for us. Look, this is from Iowa. States need to keep PFAS forever chemicals out of the water. It won't be cheap. Like I said, has everything probably to do with money. And the fact that some states are actually awake to this, it'll slow them down. 11 states have set their own limits on PFAS, but now all states must meet the new federal rules. And you know what that means? If one state says no to the PFAS, doesn't fall in line with federal rules, well, they probably don't get funded for a dang thing. Now, when I talk about being expensive, even 6% of some of the water systems nationwide that need to take steps in reducing the PFAS is going to cost an average of $1.5 billion per year over an 80-year span. That's why your drinking water isn't gonna get any better. So like I said, I've done 2 videos fully explaining this system right here, what makes it so special and why do I tell you guys about it? Couple reasons. One big reason is its purification system. It's got reverse osmosis, it's got the UV lighting, multiple ways to make sure that your water has nothing in it at all. And in those videos, I test the water, I show you what tap water is, I show you what water is after it comes out of this. The other reason is that this company gives you a really high quality filter for an affordable price. This one right here happens to be the tabletop version. You fill up the reservoir in the back, you click on some buttons on your desired amount, super simple, easy to use. You could plug it into a little power station if you ran out of power. The other one that we use is the one that you just simply mount underneath your sink. It's pretty easy, we did it ourselves. But when you look at filters like this at their level, they're very, very expensive. So this one I found, and it's very affordable. That's a side of the crazy deal that they gave our community only. I'll put some links down in the description for you guys. We get a major discount on this, just us. Another big reason is I've been using this unit for over a year. Didn't fall apart, it still works great. So if you guys have been watching me for a while, you know I don't like to advertise anything that I can't stand behind. So in that other video, I highly recommend you guys watching it if you haven't seen it, because I give you a lot of good details regarding water, toxins in water, chemicals in water, even bottled water. So I said I was going to give away this unit and an under-the-counter sink unit. Let's get to those lucky winners. If I call out your name, please send me an email. My email's listed down in the description below, and we'll get you guys' free units right out to you. And again, for those that didn't win, be sure to check out the link down below. Really good deals to pick one up. And also, be sure your notification bell is on. Like this video, share this video, because we're going to have a lot more giveaways coming down the pipe. First winner is, and I want to read this comment because it's a real thing. The toxicity of water has an effect on people. I'm gonna read his comment. First winner is John Durant, 1868. We need clean, safe water because my wife just got over breast cancer due to the contaminated water and food, and we are not eating anything bioengineered, and we read the labels, and there's a whole lot nowadays, and this is getting ridiculous. We need a new store that is better than Walmart and Target. They are trying to take us out slowly. I am subscribed to this channel because of all of the info. I am subscribed to the channel because of all the info. Wish you had a store that we could go buy items and stop giving our money to the rich people who are just trying to take us out slowly every single day. Well, as a matter of fact, we do have a store, switchwithrhl.com. We can help you guys switch away all of your consumer spending and support American-made, non-toxic ingredients, and support family-owned that's against all of that you're complaining about. Winner number 2 is Tracy Emsley 129, family of 5, concerned about their drinking water. Congratulations, guys. Email me. Email is down in the description below. And for the rest of you, if these folks don't get back to me probably within a week, we're gonna roll to number 3 and number 4 picks. Again, if you missed the first video, lots of great information. Please watch it. Stay tuned. Got a lot more great stuff and giveaways coming down the pipe. Keep prepping, keep learning, keep doing. We'll see you guys on the next one.